Okay, Avery, we want to talk to you about the video we took the other night, and the lighting made it a little bit more blurry than probably. Of course, this is an expanded video, so we'll try to work with it the way we've got it. We've got three frames that we've captured from the video. I want you to know that we're going to move left to right, and all these are basically related to the first two phases of the swing. You know, we've got the 5 phases: the starting stance, the load, the halfway or C position line, which is the middle line through the body, um, entering the contact. And then, of course, contact is 4, and then the finish is 5. All right, so we're going to be talking pretty much about phase 1 to phase 2. And in frame 1, as we see it here in this screenshot, you'll see that you have loaded. Now, I've got a red line there up by your arms that denote that you've jacked that elbow back up there in the load, and you've taken your hands back. So we've already started the process of the swing. Now, the red circle in frame 1 is an indication that you have not had the inward rotation. Now, remember when you got hurt, we were working on that inward rotation. It is a very important part of that whole loading process that you're leaving out. And I'm going to show you in a moment in frame 3 kind of how that's playing out. And so I want you to reference inside the link in the email that I've included the example or the model swing, and I want you to watch how that swing actually is coordinated with the hands loading back, and obviously the front side foot and front side knee turning in at the same time. So we've got to connect and coordinate that load back. All right. Now let's go into frame 2, and as we look at frame 2, you're now kind of on the back side. You're about to begin the process of moving from the trigger towards the pitch. And a couple of things that really stand out. And you're going to see the yellow circle and the fact that you have laid that bat down, and it's basically not on the shoulder, it's off the shoulder, and that's going to create a little bit of that loop later in the swing. So we'd like to keep the bat head up, and that is an indication really that the top hand has begun to lay over. And you know, we don't want the palm up. We want to maintain that angle in that hand because that's going to give us a little bit of a lift with the bat head. We don't want that right now. We're trying to be on plane, and so that bat head position is a good indication we're losing control of the top hand. The bat head is dropping. We'd like to keep the bat head up, which is also a sign that the angle of our hands are right as we lead in to help us be on plane. So we're losing the bat head back there. The other thing is that at that point, you've also taken, and the yellow line below at the bottom of frame 2 shows where the front side foot has come across in on the plate. And it's like you're trying to keep yourself closed, and you're stepping over that line, and you're going to a closed position as you move into the contact zone. I'm not a big fan of that. And here's why. Because that puts that front side shoulder in a position that if you really want to torque, that front side shoulder is going to pop open, and it's going to open you up, and it's going to really create, as you know, that opening creates that scenario where you're going to get the backside is going to drop a little bit, and we're back into arcing or uppercutting through the contact, or pitch plane, excuse me. And so we've got to do a little bit more about finding out why we keep wanting to get into that position. Sometimes that's an indication there's a weakness in the vision. And then third, it goes back to that frame 1. So frame 1 and 3 should have kind of been together. In the yellow box, you'll see that you are actually, because you really don't have a good fluency with the lower half and the upper half, as we were talking about in frame 1, you're really getting that arm back further than it should, and you're getting a bar arm lock position. Seen a lot of that lately. So we want to keep flexion there, and of course, again, you can see that the bat head, it's the same frame, the bat head is basically dropped here too. So we want to keep flexion in that elbow and not try to get so much in that load that we get that bar arm lock, because that really slows the swing up. So we're going to be working on that next Friday, and I look forward to it and hope this will be a help to you. Look at the videos and sign up for your membership.